routine, which is a head to toe. Get your body moving, get your blood flowing so you can make the day a little more awake, a little more alive. This is the intermediate version. We have a beginner one that happens before this on or around 6 o'clock. And usually we'll after it which is great if you've never done anything like this before. But here, this is probably if you've danced or exercised or been in anything along those front lines before, we'll make it a little more quickly. And then we are starting to get a new cycle of dance. This is dance too. So we dance in every single video. And we have been doing merengue and bachata, which are great social dances. And start line dancing because line dancing is fantastic. You can do all kinds of styles of music, and you can. It's something you can do solo. You don't have to depend on anybody, and you can do it alone in your room, or you can do it socially. And people are very accepting. You can go out and try and learn it on the spot. Nobody cares if you don't know the dance. So let's start out with our warm up. If you have something to hang on to, it does not have to be a bar by any means. It can be share a table or counter or wall or a shelf, just something that you have to hold lightly on or just for security, for balance, but you definitely do not have to lean that. I want you to just come this. Alrighty, so this thing is taking your knees side of true bend. This is just giving your knees an initial movement if you've just gotten up or just gotten off work or you're working nights and you want to just start moving a little. And you can take one arm. This is just the top of the body. We're going to go from side to side. So your hips are staying in place. This is just upper body. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a stronger knee bend. So I'm going to engage my leg. Make sure I'm aligned. Please go forward. Yes. And you're going straight down. And you're going to push into the ground to come back up. And your legs engaging them. Facing down. Pushing the ground to come up. And tightening and pushing the ground to come up. And then you're going to rotate very slightly your hips. The same thing. Your knees are right over your toes. So you're going to have to push a little bit from the back. Making sure you're going over and pushing the ground to come up. And tighten your legs. And sinking down. Pushing the ground to go up. And sinking down. Pushing the ground to come up. And we're going to take a knee to put our square over. Stack to one foot. And then we're going to go back a little bit so there's some weight on the foot that we're going to be moving. You're going to slide it along the floor, slide until you're as you side, your heel has to go down. And then you slide balls from your feet, your toes along. And so you can do that anymore. There's no stress. You're dancing pointed. Just have a purple foot. There, and then we're going to first that. So if you like you're putting that in your eyes, going back. And you're going back in again. And coming back again, but I did same to the side. And rest of the toes. And you're ironing the floor, pushing weight into it as you go. And keep your heel down so you can't feel that anymore. Just your toes and reversing it. And direct. So we've got a foot rattlers, and that's forward. And move yourself with resistance there, but stay straight, not leaning into this. Should be able to let it go if you need. Side. And coming back. And distance. And knees down. And we're going to shoot that square. Push your hips. Not get tilted, learning twisted. Going from leg to leg. And I want you, as you're moving from this side, like you're standing down, I want that leg to push into the ground to bring to the other side. Now this one is pushing into the ground, and your hips are staying level, going back and forth. Hi, Raven. Good morning to you. motion with the brain to come up. Like shake in between. And stay to the side. I'm just gonna my little swing back and forth. And then I'm gonna do some side. And as I'm just side, I'm rotating my hip a little. Rotating, 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 rotating. Sliding back and forth. Snake out. That's rotating the hip. And now my shoulders are starting to lift up. It's just like this. And coming back. Alright, so shift your weights, your square is one leg, and your knee is gonna go straight up in the air. You don't wanna, you can touch your leg, but you don't wanna push into it. There, test yourself. Your dancer can fall for that. Why you do it, but you can do it. You do not have to be a dancer in this channel. Shifting to the other foot. And do your hand straight up in the air. And just testing yourself. And let's do that. Let's just in your square, and if it's straight, right over here. If you're even, you should have no problem picking this leg up, holding it. This side, you know, and coming back to the middle. This leg in front. You can hold on with 2 hands. Just I want you to try and keep square and just touch this very lightly. I'm going to be down over here then to show you. So you're touching this leg in front. And I want you to try and keep your square. So the square of your shoulders and hips, which we talk about all the time. So that's visible. When you slide forward, I want you to still keep that square. Lift it up a little. And then tightening and engaging the snake here. And you make sure you go over your toe. Same thing as before. Coming out. Toe. Down. Your toe. And coming out. Pressing the sand and then slide it out to the side. Again, you want to keep your square. Proceed to the floor. It's just lifting up a little. And you come down on that leg and up. But it's such is to the other side. So you can see it, but it's really better to at least start with your hands there because that's it's a lot easier to feel your square if you're easy. Your hand over your hands, then it's easy to feel. So this will slide forward, so keep your square. There you go. And up. And you can directly over the toe, pushing the ground to come up. We're thinking of forward. Putting it up to the side. Really square here. The knees can go straight on the toes. And it's like you're bouncing look on your head. And you can look and pushing in the floor. Pushing in the floor. And good. And keep it. And lower here. Stretch. Back leg. Keep it straight. Where it is depends on your journey. I've been very sometimes, so I put it way back there because that is something that happens very gradually. I am not somebody who is naturally flexible. It came through a lot of time to but as far as flexibility goes, 5 minutes a couple times a day brings you much more than an hour once a week. That's what I would recommend. Between 5 minutes every so often and daily if possible. That is really the way to go as far as flexibility because that is a gradual process, but it is one that you can do at any age, any time, any level of fitness. And this time we are going to again go to the side, but I'm going to be this case going to my right and I'm going to be bending my left leg. You want to stretch and then reach into the wall there. Just keep the second stay there. And Stretching straight up. Shoulders back. And forward. And roll back. Just moving up to the sky. So how about your days, butterflies? Remember to every time you think about roll those shoulders back and give yourself a nice posture. The more you do it, the more your body's going to remember. Yes, we can read the chat. Yes, there's some days when I'm here and I can't see the chat. I apologize for that, but today they are a team. She does a lot of things. That's your title. I like. Aaron does everything. Yeah, is that am I pronouncing that right? Sometimes I butcher names. I'm sorry. But we're happy to have you here. Okay, so we are going to be moving forward here into a stretch. You can bend your knees here because the strain, but I'm going to keep a flat back. So we're going to flat back until you can't keep the side anymore. And then we can let go. And bending your knees, we bend your knees. Keep your body and make sure you pull it a little bit closer. So straighten your knees, try and keep your body in the same position. And a few more times. And knees. Let's just dance. I'm going to spin my leg and left fingers. And swing to the other leg. And swing. Okay. That's side. And back to the hands, up and down, and alternating. And then they're going to go up and down at the front a couple of times, and then alternate there. And to the side, down to again. And then do one to the other. Nice big arc. And it's opening and closing, opening and closing. Stretch the fingers all the way out and in. Arms come up. And back down. And then we're going to reverse roll. And go. And then forwards, burn a little. That's good. And and yesterday, and then she was sweeping it out for her like this. And sides, we got one face. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Happy Monday. So, line dancing is something that you can do to just about any kind of music, but it's super popular in country music, in kind of disco music, and whatever. I do it with black music as well. I like to do kind of a like a bachata line dance because salsa is kind of quick, so I like to do bachata line dancing. So what it really is a series of steps, and usually you're going to rotate. So I'll do my series here, and then I can rotate here. I can do the same series here, and then rotate it back, same series here, and so forth. I'll do this. and it keeps moving in a square. So you keep doing that, doing everything over and over, but you're changing direction. So today we're going to start this super simple one, and the song is Austin by Dasha. If you pull it up, and I'm going to start with my Maxia. And we're going to start with the same steps we did in Bachata, just a note to technique. I don't want you to think about this today, but just keep in the back of your mind. If I want to step on this foot, I need to have my weight over here. So forgot where I let this once, and then we'll use a shifting over. My leg is for later. And in this case, we're instead of going back and forth, we're going to be doing side together, side together. Well, the first couple phrases go by. We'll do that music first. And then we're going to right together, right together, right together, right together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5, 6, 7, 8. And the right hand over the shoulder. And then we're starting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right together, right together, right together, right together. 2 stepping forward, 5, 6, rotating, step together, right together, right together, right together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right together, right together, right together, right together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's important here, keeping your steps small because it's quick. And everybody, you can do whatever it is you feel like. You can move it. You can keep straight. You can smile, not smile. So this is just something you can make your own. We're gonna start with my back to you. Usually you would start with your facing front, but so you can see my legs. We're gonna start with just start singing, and we're just gonna move in that step. All right, there we go. Start singing. We had a plan. Nobody was telling me wants to stand. So we talked to family. And then her with no guitar and James was small. First thing you tell me, you're something where you're home. Waiting on the porch for sit there alone. Thought you had no fun. The guy is not around the back. Empty cans and I'm examined. Shit was never tired. Did you working to try? It's only did you smile. It's away and I'm next to your lost. Say goodbye. Cause I wasn't told me for you. Get you served. That's where you go. Sorry, I'm going to Thank you so much for being here, for traveling this road together, and supporting each other in this journey. And we are going to be in the morning, so let's take warm up. And then we do, in this case, our line dancing. So we're gonna have some fun with that. And we do very different styles, so keep checking back. All right, my senpais, my loves are going out to all of you and have a wonderful Monday. Bye bye.